First off, I want to just say, my face looks a little bit odd. I got rid of the stash and I trimmed down the beard. So, and I'm also using Base Body Works now on my hair. It's doing me wonders. But it actually feels like peppermint going all over my scalp. It's nice. I don't know why I never realized that button right there in the corner is to pause the video so you can resume it later. And it's just one clip. Well, I knew about it, but I kind of just forgot. I'm focused on other things while trying to record this, but I wanted to talk about a bunch of different things, and I don't have a list, so I'm gonna try and keep it down to 3 things, and I'm probably gonna forget them. But 3 things also because I heard this old dude that said you can't tell someone more than 3 things and expect them to remember it, which is really, that is a great piece of information, honestly. It was one video I watched from that guy, and he gave me some beautiful facts to live by. I kind of felt like I was just talking like that snap filter guy. Kind of talks like a, I don't know how he had like a weird inflection in his voice. It's really beautiful. I think this is, I think that shit is phony, and he is faking it. But about the talking thing. So I honestly have thought that before, that you should only tell people 3 things. I actually thought you should only tell people 1 thing. Like, for example, if you have to go and tell someone dinner's ready, you don't want to tell them dinner's ready and then fucking ramble on after that and just keep talking to them. I usually try to keep it simple when I talk to people and I am talking to them to remind them something or to tell them, inform them about anything. I keep it to just that. Because if you add a bunch of fucking sentences after just the reason you're talking to them, if they go back and think, like, why did he come out here and talk to me? It's gonna be a blur, right? They're not gonna know what the fuck you actually, they're not gonna remember why you, they're gonna just think about all the things that you said to them after, and they might remember that's the first thing you said, but like, it's about having a streamlined design in your sentences. Gotta have that skeuomorphism. No, but really, like, when you talk, the way you speak to people can be like streamlined and designed to be like easily understood and remembered, and there's a formula to this shit. I tried saying that in like 5-6 videos ago, my second upload, that you should, that there's a formula to talking and everybody should know it. And even though it's just that, it's just a skill, it doesn't subtly make it like, oh, he's only talking because of this. It's not something you have to gatekeep, is what I'm trying to say. It's not something that's bad to, it's bad for other people around you to know that you're doing, because it shouldn't be. It's not like, oh, he's just trying to make everyone remember what he said. That's, who fucking cares? Talking in itself is just a skill. That's all it is. Literally all it is. And some people will say, I'm going to get to my second point right now, that in order to get better at it, you need to go out and talk to people. I just found like my really calm voice right now. That's a rare occurrence. Sometimes it's actually hard to get to that, but some people will say you need to go out and talk to people in order to get better at talking. You can't possibly get better unless you're out in the field, but that's one of the things where it's like you can't apply that saying you only get better until you're out in the field to everything. Talking is a little bit different because it's not like you can't only talk and do the same exact thing when you're talking to other people. Right now I'm talking to myself. I am LARPing. I'm vomiting my thoughts out onto the camera. But my point is that I was gonna get to, I don't know why I said I was gonna get to, I look really close into all my sentences, and now I'm actually gonna get into the point. I think that you can never improve. Going out into the field and doing the thing that only improves when you're out in the field will never work if you're scared of the field. If you have anxiety with anything and you're trying to just push through the anxiety that never works. If you're in the moment, through my entire life, I've always thought that if I'm having anxiety, I just need to keep pushing through. I just need to keep going, bro. One day it'll all get better. It won't ever. You're gonna be stuck doing that. Your entire life will just be an anxious cycle. When you try to push through anxiety, that shit it gets worse. It's right in front of you. If you had a fat ass right in front of you, would you be able to resist your emotions, or would you just say, let's go in deeper? I mean, I don't know who would say no to that, but like, you get my point, bro. Your emotions are your emotions. It's a thing that just you don't have control over that, right? It's just there. And you have to find the indirect workarounds to your emotions. So for me, it's this. This is how I get over my anxiety, because I realize that this isn't just something I have to go out and do to get better at. I can do it right here. I can sit in my room and talk to myself for 20 minutes a day. And if I'm scared of doing that, you always need to find different. And if your problem is that every time you try something you're scared of, because I've been there, holy shit, have I been there. You need to just look back, look at what you're doing. Every time you try something new, if every time you try something new, it's just it's just never ending with what your problems are. And the problem is that you think everything you do, it's a whole different fucking ballpark you need to look at. And once you actually find the core of your problems, your life, you shouldn't just think that it's gonna waste your time and you won't be doing the things that you love, you wanna do truly, just because you're focusing on this thing that's so far away from it. You need to do that. You need to step back from everything, pull back, and just look at it. Spend some time just looking at the light in you. I almost burnt my shirt in this. I lit that fucking candle. I lit this fucking candle. I am so unfortunately pissed off at myself for using wrong grammar all the time. But my shirt was like in the candle. I have so much anxiety with this because of how much my mom tells me, like, if you fucking burn this house down, we're all gonna die, you know? We're all in bed. And that candle starts to she's right. But it's a probability thing, and holy shit, 3 things. I went on like 10. So, for example, back to what I was saying. I couldn't talk to people, so I tried talking just to myself, just improving the things that I don't have to go out and do with people. Then, if that's still the problem, which it was, then I tried something else. I looked up how the fucking mind works. Proof. You need proof to yourself that your idea is wrong. So by making these videos, before it became an attachment that I couldn't do it anymore for some fucking reason, I had built up evidence that I actually can do it. So every time before I do this, I go back and I watch them and I see, you know what, bro? Even if in that moment I was really hating on myself, I'm a cool person to talk to. I am. Like, I'm not, that's not a wrong thing to say about yourself. And how could you think that being hateful on yourself is the right thing, you know? And I don't know. What was my last thing? I can't just be sitting here saying I don't know and staring at this candle. It is very entertaining though. It's like a fidget cube for my eyes. Distracts like 5% of my brain. But another thing that's completely different. I don't even know if I finished what I was talking about. I don't care. But you have to I'm saying my problems. You have to stop trying to be funny. Because I know for me, my anxiety is a lot attached to just being funny, just being a silly little dude. And every time I talk to people, that's all I ever am, as a silly little dude. And people think of you what you give them. So if you only give them dumb statements and intentionally stupid jokes and never feed them anything else that leads them to know that it was an intentional stupid joke, they're gonna think it's real because people only see what they see. So that's why a lot of people in my life actually look down on me, and it might have been because of them that I started doing that, but even then I have to just work past it. Because I can't rely on other people to, you know? I can just start walking right now. Start that climb. Just because they push me off the ledge doesn't mean I have to sit down there forever waiting for them to throw the ladder back down. But don't try to be a funny ass dude. Every time you're talking to people and all you're thinking about is like, how funny can I be? What is the dumbest motherfucking shit that I can say to this guy? Oh boy. And I didn't realize that, but that was my way of coping. That was my way of just like saying something, bro. Don't just sit there. It makes you kind of seem like you're not anxious. Because if you just say like, how's the weather? You're pushing words out, but it's like boring ass words. But if you just stop trying to be funny, it gives you a moment to like actually just be you. I feel like I'm saying something dumb right now. This is dumb. This is not what I actually wanted to. I don't know if I should actually talk about this. This is useful to nobody. I mean, like, you might have other things that you do when you talk to people. You might say the same things all the time, but like, I don't think that's actually the right way to go about it. I don't know. I feel like it's just a case scenario thing. I forgot. Do I care about my parents screaming in the background through the entire video? No. No. If they're gonna put something out to the world, they gotta expect that it's gonna echo further than they think. And if it reaches people that they didn't think it would, then it's a lesson for them. I mean, it isn't... I think that's not the right way to look at it, though. I hit this pose a lot. The hand on the cheek. Sometimes they'll even hit 2. Motherfucker. Okay, I'm done. I just spoke enough.